What's up, YouTube fam? Yes, I'm wearing a mask. Don't ask me why. But nah, what I will talk about, the whole history of what Halloween is. What the fuck is Halloween? Why do people celebrate it? Is it the devil? It's like, what the hell is this shit? Y'all know me as an entertainer and as an educator. It's only appropriate that I do this one today because it is October 31st, and October 31st is Halloween. So, shit, what is it? Now, first of all, no, Halloween is not devil worship like a lot of people think. The real origins of Halloween had nothing to do with like scary stuff and spooky shit and ghosts and all that stuff. So, shit, it is a Christian holiday. Yeah, believe it or not. Halloween is really considered a Christian holiday, which, you know, holiday means holy, as we went before in other videos. You know, the word holiday really means holy day. It's a special day for certain gods or, you know, saints and spirits or whatever. So the whole Halloween shit is no different. Thing is, really, it started way, I forget the date, you know, and again, y'all, when I start doing more of these videos, you know, and really start like really, you know, coming up and being able to like expand all my editing and all this stuff, and you know, I might even get an actual like animator or something to be able to like detail certain things. I'll be making like longer, more detailed videos basically. But you know, so yeah, I forgot the date really on this one, but I know it was a guy named Pope Gregory III. He was a pope, a Catholic, you know, of the Catholic Christian Church. He had something called the All Saints Day, where it was basically a worship of the saints. Not really worship, but just sort of like, you know, like paying homage or like paying tribute, or sort of like a memorial for all the saints, like all the good and holy people that died. So he decided to celebrate that the day before November 1st, as he felt November 1st was like the day of like the saints. I don't know, you know, I don't really know I'm not fully educated about all of that, but that's what I do know so far. It has something to do with, was it, yeah, like something about like saints being, like they should be like recognized or observed, better yet, on the November 1st. So the day before the 1st of November, sort of like what Christmas Eve is to Christmas Day, they would celebrate this stuff the day before the 1st. Now you got another thing called the Samhain Festival. This goes back like way back in like 1500s, I think, even probably way before that. I might have the date wrong on that, y'all, don't quote me. It's somewhere between the 1500s or the 1800s, somewhere between that. So, but this was back in Ireland. You know, back in Ireland and like certain other parts of ancient Europe, and it would be it basically just it was kind of similar to the All Saints thing, but it was not related at all. It's just very similar, and coincidentally, it was also at the end of October. Has something to do with some type of like wheel or some type of, you know, like the way the earth turns and the seasons. It has something to do with fall, which they consider like the darker time of the circle, and you had the lighter time, which is like summertime and you know, spring, and then you had the fall and the winter, which is more like the darker times. Not necessarily dark as in like evil or bad, but just dark. You know, like literally like dark. You know, it's getting colder, it's getting darker earlier. You know, the sun is further away from the earth. You know, all that old astrology bullshit. So, but the Samhain Festival, that's what that was. And they would also like recognize like their dead relatives and just people that they remembered and stuff like that. So somehow this stuff kind of mixes in with United States of American culture. You know, during the times this is back when like the Pilgrims came and the fucking Native Americans and all that shit, and you know, from fucking Christopher Columbus and all them. It goes back to even them days. So, you know, they you know, like here we grow like pumpkins here in the U.S., stuff like that, and certain culture where we celebrate harvest It was more of a farmer thing, like a harvest thing. You know what I'm saying? So this is really just all really where it comes from. Now, when it comes to all the scary, spooky shit and all that shit and what they call, what people think is, you know, like demon worship and devil worship, that part, see, this is where it comes in. You know, again, all this, really when it comes to evil and like the concept of the devil, again, all this Christian shit, all this religious shit, it's all a bunch of make-believe bullshit. It's shit that us humans create in our fucking mind. Okay, there is no, listen, anybody who believes that there's an invisible man in the fucking sky making decisions with superpowers and shit, they are just as crazy as anybody who believes that drawing a fucking pentagram and lighting a fucking campfire is gonna somehow like bring some type of magic or which, like, it's just, come on, these are ideas that we created. It goes completely against the laws of physics. It goes completely against the laws of fucking logic. And honestly, I think it's a sign of immaturity. Yes, people who believe in spirits and demons and ghosts and even gods and angels and the afterlife. And honestly, I personally believe that that is a sign of immaturity. Like, grow the fuck up at some point. Understand science, understand the laws of physics, and that's it. Again, I'm not saying I believe everything that all the doctors and scientists and shit say. No, I don't. Because most of them are fucking puppets, and y'all know that. But it's just the simple observation, like molecules, things like that, you know, the universe, the earth spinning around the sun. And this is reality. This is a reality that ancient ancestors from long time have figured out. It's not something that some people just made up in a fucking suit. No, it's shit that anybody with the right knowledge and the right tools and equipment, you can actually see and observe for your fucking self. So, you know, really, you know, not to go on that rant, y'all, sorry about that, but just the fact that it's really all this shit, you know, it came from the Pope. Again, all this whole Christian believe God shit is what created Halloween, because originally this was some Christian Catholic shit, which y'all know they be on some evil shit. So that just shows you how it could be fucking connected. Now, when it comes to paganism, which is a form of like harvest worship and things like that, and the earth and all this other shit, again, it's shit that we made up in our minds. So this stuff kind of sort of connects all really together, because that's where you got people who believe in certain like gods and things like that. You know, they're all gonna like do these type of things, you know. They're gonna celebrate and stuff like that. So this is where the evil part really comes in. The same way that they pagans and people like that all fucking create the shit in their mind. You know, people that also worship the devil, which again is another man-made. It's just a concept that we created. The God, the devil, all this shit is shit that only exists in our imagination. We created these things with our own fucking minds and our own dumbass thoughts. Okay, this is shit that we came up with. The devil is not a real fucking entity somewhere. But, of course, you know, there's people that do believe in the devil. And not only do they believe in the devil, these motherfuckers are crazy enough to fucking worship it and be like, oh, Satan. And so, of course, those people also took part in the fucking pagan rituals. And so this is how that comes in. Then you got the real evil, the 10 times worse. You're thinking, wow, what's more evil than a person that worships the devil? Most people that worship God, but that's neither here nor there. But no, what's more evil than the people that worship the fucking devil are the people that run the fucking world in the big fucking corporations, big corp. All these big major corporations, all these candy companies, Nestle and fucking Hershey and Reese and all these big companies and Pepsi and just all this commercialism. This is where that shit comes in. Listen, trick-or-treating, there was a time during some of the Samhain festival back in the day where you could actually, and again, it's spelled Samhain. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing it right, but it's either Samhain or Samhain. This was the Irish festivals they had like way back in the day. But anyway, they would do certain things where they would like pass out food and give treats, and that was like part of their little festivals or their little you know, the little culture and shit like that they did at the end of October. And that's where trick-or-treating sort of kind of came from. And trick-or-treating only started here in the fucking USA, in the United States of fucking America, like in the fucking 1930s. So literally trick-or-treating is really technically a new thing. It's a very modern thing. Nobody did trick-or-treating like people say, oh, like back in the ancient days, they would knock on doors and they would like sacrifice animals. And no, that's just not true. Yes, I'm sure there's pagans and people that did sacrifice animals during these times, but it's just, again, it's all about the sun. It's the way the sun rotates. It has something to do with seasoning and change. It's a little bit of astrology shit involved. That's why you know, fucking Halloween is and people. But when you got Hollywood and all the horror movies, again, all these fucking candy companies and trick-or-treating and, you know, watching scary movies, dressing up in costumes, dressing up was, yes, also a part of some of those, like, little ancient rituals that Halloween kind of sort of derived from. But back then you would have to make a costume. Like the fact that they got people that sell costumes, just like with the fucking COVID shit, you know. You got a fucking mask and, I mean, you got this fucking disease and everybody's gotta go buy a mask. You know what I mean? It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's somebody really, like making a business. Somebody's profiting off this. So every year, once a year at the end of October, they can capitalize on all the people who had these little rituals and these things. But, so again, you know, fucking trick-or-treating didn't even start to like somewhere around the 1930s here in the USA. So that right there shows you that this is a part of capitalism. You know, it's a part of you know, the big corp really taking over. You know, they had things called Mischief Night back in the ancient days, you know, that kind of sort of came from Halloween, where, you know, kids would act up and they would kind of like do things and they would like blame the spirits. Oh, it's the spirits did it. Even though you knew it wasn't, it was just something fun to do. Like how we, you know, we'll like put out presents and stuff and say, you know, Santa Claus brought it. Or, you know, you put a tooth under your pillow and, you know, your parents tell you, oh, you know, it was a tooth fairy. It's just, you know, it's just something fun that they did. So they would have Mischief Night. They would like break someone's mailbox or something, or, you know, they'll do something kind of fucked up or vandalize something or do some type of paint or graffiti. And then they would say, oh man, it's the spirit of, or the ghost of something that did this. So that's where a lot of that shit come from. But see, that's where the negative stuff comes in. People drink, smoke, party, have sex. Oh, listen, women love to dress slutty. It's an excuse to dress like a fucking slut. People are out getting drunk right now. People just getting hammered just on drugs and just having orgies. And it's crazy. It's, you know, people that kill and rob and rape, this is the perfect day for them to get away with shit because everybody's all masked up and drunk. And, you know, so that's what I'm saying. That part of it is evil. That's the only evil part. You know, the ghosts and the scary spook, that's just the shit that we create in our fucking minds. It has no meaning. There are no spirits. There are no ghosts or no scary shit that's going to happen. The scary thing is that the people that act wild and crazy. So that is a part of Halloween and again, that's not the real origins of what Halloween is, which Halloween stands for something like All Hallows Eve or something like that. It was some type of saying. I don't know. Y'all might like, don't quote me on that, but it was something like that. All Hallows something. It was Eve or even. I don't even know the meaning of it. I just know that's where the word Halloween actually comes from. And so, you know, again, it's just like with Christmas and everything that had an origin, it had a meaning with certain cultures. Big corporate and all fucking corporate America found a way to market it and sell it so they can make big profits off of it. So that's all it was. They took all the shit from back in the day and they fucking pimped it out and fucking commercialized it. And they got people acting crazy just because it's fucking Halloween. Like, take me, for instance. I'm wearing a goddamn fucking mask looking like a goddamn fucking lunatic. Why? Because it's Halloween. So, again, y'all, everybody be safe. You know, like, learn your history. If you're celebrating things, you got your kids doing things, teach them about it. Teach them why they're doing this. Because if you don't, they will. Okay? Talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace. Have a good night.